On May 8th of 2010, the Brookfield Zoo would go to open something that would forever improve the welfare of their animals. $27.3 million, 5 different species, in 6 state-of-the-art enclosures. This is the Great Bear Wilderness. The first habitat, which is actually outside of the entrance, is a spacious one home to the Brookfield Zoo's breeding herd of North American bison. This exhibit does a great job of showing off the grassy plains of North America. After that is what seems to be a tunnel, but the unique thing is this is actually a bridge for the bison to cross over into another exhibit. The walls of the tunnel contain pictures and many educational signs, and you can even hear the faint sound of the bison stampeding in the distance. The wall offers an eye-level view of the bison, something you won't find in most other zoos. After exiting the tunnel, you will see what I meant by another exhibit for the bison. You are also offered one last view of the other side. After a bit of walking, you come to the proper entrance to the Wilderness Trail. After you enter, you will walk along a path that's not totally immersive, but still does a good job of giving you a feeling that you are out in the wilderness. The first habitat is a decent-sized meshed exhibit for the bald eagle. Since their white heads and necks are so noticeable, it shouldn't be hard to spot these birds of prey. Next, the path leads you to another exhibit, the 2-acre wolf woods. Well, it's a dead giveaway of what it contains. There are bound to be some surprises. Being one of the biggest wolf exhibits I've personally ever seen, I think it does a great job of showing off the wolf's natural habitat. The first view of the wolf exhibit you are given shows off the left side of the wolf woods, and on winter days like this is usually the view you'd see. Sometimes you may be able to catch a glimpse of a private yard. Once you are yet again back on the main trail, the path will lead you into a large glass viewing shelter. As soon as you get inside, you will really feel the open space of the building. This viewing shelter acts as a place to view the wolves, get inside, and learn about the wolves and the importance of the pack. In here, the exhibit seems to stretch forever. With trees, hills, and open grasslands, this exhibit offers everything the wolves could ever want. Given that the wolves weren't very active today, here's a clip I filmed last summer. After you decide to leave, right in front of you is what is known as the kill site. The kill site is filled with many educational signs teaching about how wolves hunt, eat, and in the center of it all, an area filled with deer bones that encourages you to figure out why the wolves decided to take down this deer. After that, you are given 2 last views of the wolf woods, and the wolf space seems to stretch forever into the open wilderness. Hang on, rewind. There we go. That's better. Before we start, I'd like to mention that the exhibits that you are about to see are not the ones that the bears have always lived in. The Bear Grottos opened with the zoo in 1934 and contained 6 rather small and poor exhibits, or in this case, grottos. The grottos were home to many different kinds of bears, but then, as I mentioned earlier, the Brookfield Zoo decided that they just weren't good enough. Then they would come to open the Great Bear Wilderness. Luckily, today, if you walk past the bear grottos, you will see that they are all closed off. Welcome to what can actually be referred to as Phase 2, or in this case, this is the actual bear part in the Great Bear Wilderness. The first exhibit you come to offers glass viewing on the right side of the first exhibit. This exhibit displays the world's largest predatory land mammal, the polar bear. And this isn't all the space they have. If you continue to your left, you can see the part of the exhibit that has a moat. Continuing straight, the path leads you to another exhibit, which is about the same size, and also this day it contained a polar bear. But since the bears rotate among 3 exhibits, you'll never know what you will find. Next, the path leads you into one of the most popular places in the zoo, the underwater viewing building. As soon as you enter, soon after you will notice that the room has 2 very similar exhibits on each side. Even through the Great Bear Wilderness is filled with many different quotes. The one that you will remember the most is, "Thank you, Earth, you know the way." As soon as you decide to leave, you will follow the exit signs, leading you to a bear denning site. And though bears in zoos don't actually hibernate, it is still a comfortable nap area. As soon as you pass through the doors and are back outside, a glass panel gives you a final view of the second bear exhibit. And just to your left is our final stop, the third rotational bear exhibit, this one complete with a waterfall pouring into a pool for the bears to swim in below. Today it contained the zoo's 2 grizzly bears, and as history shows, it usually does. And that pretty much just wraps up our tour for the Great Bear Wilderness.